What is depression and how does it differ from being sad? Stay tuned for some answers. So what exactly is depression? For me, it was a feeling that like the life force had been sucked out of me, because I've suffered from depression on and off through my life since I was a teenager. And when I've had it, it's often felt that, you know, nothing's worth doing anymore. I couldn't sort of muster the energy to do things. I didn't look forward to things. I couldn't see the point, basically. And so my mood was very heavy and very down and miserable. I had lots of negative thoughts running through my head, and I'd often look back at things that I felt weren't good that I'd done, and would go over and over these thoughts in my head. I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do that? It's ruined my life. Really, really negative thoughts. But everyone feels slightly different, I think, with depression. And when I had a look at or became interested in how other people felt, I did a bit of research and I found a list of various comments about it. So I'm going to read a few to you now, and hopefully this will help. Someone said, feeling dark, lonely, scared. Sleep is the only escape from your pain. Someone else said, it's like your mind is paralysed. Someone else said, it makes me feel like I'm a tiny seed stuck at the bottom of a pot plant. The more I try to grow and break free, the more dirt and soil falls on me, suffocating me and pushing me down. It's true. I mean, these are all, very real feelings. Someone else said, being depressed is all your emotions taken away from you, apart from negative ones like sadness, anxiety and fear. So all of these comments are very, they all have a common theme of being very negative, but people describe them differently. And I suspect that we all, everyone who suffers from depression does feel it differently. There's also a physical aspect to it too. We've suggested that in the heaviness, that I feel very heavy-hearted and my limbs seem to strangely feel heavier. And I think a lot of people might feel this. You might get back pain, a bad stomach, all those sorts of things. So there's a physical and an emotional aspect. And as someone else described to me once, it's like you've got it's more pain than you've ever felt physically, and yet no one can see it. And that's so true. It's a silent disease, if you like. Although people that are close to you will notice changes in your behaviour. So how does it differ from sadness? Well, sadness is much different, because usually it's in relation to something that's happened, be it you lose a job or someone close to you that you love has moved away for a while and you feel sad about that. But the mood will lift eventually. You'll find strategies to cope more easily, and you'll be able to still have pleasure in doing other things. But when you're depressed, you can't. Everything seems very gloomy and awful. So that's the main difference. And also doctors will diagnose depression if you've had consistently negative and dark feelings for 2 weeks or more, which is not normally the case when you're feeling sad about things. There are some other symptoms, of course, that doctors use when they look at depression, but they're not necessarily the same for everyone. The two main ones are anhedonia, when you lose interest in the things that you used to find pleasurable, and the depressed feeling that we've just talked about, the low mood and negative thoughts running through your head. So the other things that you might find is you might lose your appetite, you go off food, you might not be sleeping properly, and your focus goes a bit, you lose concentration on things, and you might be tired a lot. You might feel lots of tiredness and fatigue and recurrent thoughts of nasty things happening, and even like hurting or harming yourself. And if you feel like this, please do get in touch with somebody. Go and see a doctor, call a friend. I'll leave some numbers below this video as well for you to turn to for help. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. If it has, please give me a thumbs up, and any questions, please leave comments in the space below this video, and I will do my best to answer them. And please, one last thing, can you subscribe to the channel so I can continue doing this and bring you answers to your questions. In the meantime, take care. I'll read out a few of them to you. It says, when you have depression, nothing is enjoyable, and I agree with that. Nothing can make you smile. My dog agrees. It's like drowning, except you can see everyone around you breathing. Dog wants part of the action, so here he is. Depression is a dark, inescapable place. It's like being locked in a room with no light, windows or door. It's so dark you can't even see your hands in front of your face, let alone find a way out. Depression is the inability to construct or envision a future. Did by the 2 dogs barking now, that's great. And remember to subscribe.